Eu vou hacer esta apresentação em inglês, porque é mais fácil, sim. Muchas gracias a Mariano e Media Party and ICFJ por esto. Today I'm going to talk a little bit about using new formats to help the news. Today we are very used to publishing things that are mostly based on text or video or audio, and the traditional formats journalists always use. So we're going to try to show to you guys a bit more ways to put your work out there. Just a short note about TruthBuzz. TruthBuzz is an initiative by ICFJ with support from the Craig Newmark Foundation, Philanthropies. And we are basically working with several partners to develop new ways to help the news in their countries. We have people in 5 countries. It's Brazil, Indonesia, India, the United States, and Nigeria. And I am Sergio Spagnolo. I'm a ICFJ fellow for this program. I'm the founder of Vote Data Lab. I'm also a journalist for the past 15 years and a coder. I learned how to code. I'm one of the journalists who did that, who saw the value in learning how to code and developing technology for journalism. So the basic question is, what is journalism? And you say, oh, Sergio, are you fucking kidding me? You're going to talk about the concept of journalism in a journalist event, you know? So we're just going to skim through it, so bear with me. What is journalism? Is it a method of gathering and presenting the news? Is it a tool for checks and balances of the power? Is it a public service overall, like the weather forecast or the traffic or any other kind of service? Is it an activity that provides information so people can govern themselves, as the elements of journalism, the book mentioned it? So what is it? Is it all of the above? And what is tech for journalism? What tech can do for journalism? Is it a way of helping journalists do journalism? Is it a set of tools that allows journalists to keep powerful people in check and to provide their service and to do all the things journalists do? What is tech for journalism? In a way, if you can say a video is a piece of journalism, you can say a code is a piece of journalism as well. You know, tech can also be journalism. We can say that some lines of code can represent this kind of stuff, like an app or an interface that you can really check what your president is saying, what kind of tweets he deletes, and this kind of stuff. Like, this is a kind of new format that some time ago we didn't consider to be journalism, but now we can consider it some form of journalism. So we'll talk about this specific project a little bit further, but for now I want you guys to think in tech and journalism in a certain way. First of all, we need to conceptualize, to think, to problematize, to build concepts so we can work on. Then we need to do some research. We need to gather data, organize information, produce knowledge, analysis, do all this kind of stuff in order for us to build the better application possible. And also, you need to develop the stuff, of course, right? Because it doesn't matter if you research and you conceptualize everything, but you need someone to develop for you. So you need to have a prototype, you need to adapt existing tools, you need to build your own things as well. For instance, the conceptualization part. One problem, there's simply too much to do, to check, to report. So we analyze the data. What the data show? What the data show that the fact-checking agency Aos Fatos has a lot of interactive projects that last a long time. It's not like a one-time story of what happened during the day. So we checked the data of the audience for this set of publications, and we saw that interactive stories have a very long lifespan. So people will still go back to this kind of content after we publish them, like a year after that, or months after that. So it's still useful. So what is the solution for our problem? We build replicable, I don't know how to say this word, and self-updating applications that people can explore, right? And how do we do that? For instance, for Os Fatos, we did this Twitter monitoring bot that looks the Twitter feed from our president. That is a very heavy Twitter user. And we search for people he interacted with and tweets he deleted, and he deletes some pretty nasty tweets. So we have a lot of stuff he did there. So people can go there and type a keyword and search for stuff within that platform we built. It's kind of a very simple concept, but we did it in a way that people go there all the time, because if he deletes a tweet, we're going to know about it. So this is the kind of tool we're saying. Like, it doesn't need to be very complex. Another thing we did for Os Fatos, with the help of ICFJ fellow Pedro Burgos, we built Fatima Bot, which we built a database of links that contains some sort of disinformation. And every time someone tweets this URL, this link, our bot tweets back to this person saying, hey guy or girl, this link contains false information, you might consider deleting it. So it's kind of a very effective tool as well. We have a lot of news from people that actually deleted tweet after tweeting this, like tweeting false information. So it's a very useful tool as well. So one of the formats for journalism nowadays is automation. Automation for fact-checking or for journalism overall. And we kind of build stuff that are simple, easy to use, replicable. I don't know how to say this, sorry. Very hard word to say. Like self-updating stuff. Like we check every day with our partners at Os Fatos. Every day we check what our president says there. He talks a lot to the press. He rolls back a lot of comments he previously said and stuff. So we kind of check everything he says and do. And we put that in a Google spreadsheet, and this Google spreadsheet automatically translate that into a chart, so people can say like when he speaks the most, or how many times he make accusations against a journalist, or something like that. So it's kind of self-updating. We don't touch this very much. We just put something in a spreadsheet and it goes to our chart. And of course, we also have like a live debate tool, where we don't have to click the publish button all the time. We just put stuff in a spreadsheet again, and we just put this in our website, and it updates like real time. It's pretty swift tool, and so this is all kind of journalist technology that we can actually call journalists nowadays. Before it would just be like a nerd thing or a coder thing, but now we can actually call it journalists, at least in my opinion. So what do all those projects have in common? First of all, they're simple, and they are totally white label, with clean and direct objectives. They're easy to use. Most of them are databases on Google Sheets that anyone can easily create. All this is open source. They're, this word again. You can use it all over again. With a little customization, and you can put your brand, you can do everything you want with it. And they're very easy to use. But not all tools are meant for that. That's sad, but it's true. One of those tools is WhatsApp. WhatsApp is not a very good tool for publishing news. People try to make it a new format for news. I know it's big in Argentina. I know it's big all over Latin America, especially in Brazil. We have over 130 million people using WhatsApp in Brazil, but it's not a very good tool. We ran the numbers. We got like a very controlled focus group to research. We look at 331 groups and with almost 10,000 active users, and they share a lot of news there. They share a lot of news. 16% of the stuff they share on groups are news, so it's a big platform for news as well. But WhatsApp is not a tool built for broadcasting. There's too much work to be done in the platform for too low impact. For instance, in order to reach a lot of people, you need to have a lot of lists, like actually lists with people's names, right? And you can have up to 250 something people each list. So if you have 10,000 users, you need to have like 30 lists or something, which is unmanageable at some level, right? Formatting of the text, of the videos, of stuff is irregular. They have their own way of formatting stuff. You cannot do very much with it, right? To register a user to receive your content is a real nightmare. You have to do it one by one. If you have a lot of people, we tried this with Folha. They have thousands of people saying, I want to receive news through WhatsApp. And it was just not worth it after a while, you know. People say it's too much work. And of course, that's the worst one. You can easily be spammed, like your news organization can easily be spammed or flooded by haters, like people that don't like your publication, that disagree with you politically. They can just start sending you messages and pictures, and it will crash your app. I talked to WhatsApp people, and they say, I need a good phone. So we went there and bought a really nice Samsung 8 Plus or whatever phone. And it crashed the phone like almost right away because a lot of people were spamming our publication, right? Folha in this case, which is one of the biggest newspapers in Brazil. So it's not a very good tool to use for news. Of course, you can have some lists, you can do some stuff with it, but it's not a way of broadcasting your content out there, at least in my opinion. So I reckon you guys, if you really like messaging and stuff, you should check other possibilities, like Telegram, for instance, which has a lot of capacity in their groups, or any other tool like Line. I don't know. Line is really big in Asia, but I don't think it's this big here. And finally, of course, I'm talking about some other tools you guys can adapt. You know, like, introduce this kind of techie side to your publication or to your project. One of those tools is Lunchbox, which is an adaptable card maker for social media imagery. You just install this stuff in your server or whatever, and you can produce a lot of social media images to share in several formats. It's made beautifully for even WhatsApp or Instagram or whatever. It's a very nice tool made by NPR. It's open source. We also have a charting tool called Playfair. I'm a data geek, so I love charting tools. So this is an open source tool made by a guy named Austin Clemens, and you just go there and use this stuff, and you can put your logo, you can put everything you want with it. So it's very nice for you to share in social media and put in your stories. There's this meme generator from Vox Media, where you can, it's pretty similar to the Lunchbox tool, but you can go out there and make animated GIFs or whatever, and you just put the text you want and the colors and the logo, and it's a very nice tool as well. And finally, one of the best tools to work with data journalism workflow. It's called Workbench Data, and if you into data, it has charts, it handles a lot of data. It's a very, very good tool, and you can actually do journalism in it. On the left side of the pane, you have like workflows over there, and they are really a way to build your method of analysis. You can add charts, you can do grouping and filter, and a lot of stuff there, and you can comment. So we can actually do a piece of journalism within this tool without ever leaving it out. With this, I say goodbye to you guys. Thank you very much for your attention. You can reach me at Twitter or at my email. Thank you very much. Oh, and I have a workshop during the afternoon. I'm gonna teach how to build that monitoring bot, tweets from Bolso, and it's 2:30 in the afternoon. If you guys want to check it out, I'll teach from gathering the data to put it in a web page. Thank you very much.